Hi, everyone. Welcome to our webinar about Angie. And today we're going to be focusing on a new feature and functionality that we have released, which is very exciting and has been in high demand from many of you, which is that you can build full pages now with Angie from a prompt.
Absolutely. I think that's been like the number one thing that people have been waiting for. And finally, we're very excited that now it's possible.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that it works really well for you. And of course, this is the first stage of us releasing it to you for you to use it. And it's just going to get better and better. But already it's doing great things, and we're excited to show you what it can do.
It really is. Maybe tell us like who you are. We can share a bit about like what we're doing here, right?
Yeah, we should probably introduce ourselves. So I'm Miriam Schwab. I'm head of WordPress at Elementor.
Yeah, I'm Roy. I'm a product marketing manager here.
Yeah.
And so today we're going to actually go through a full flow of creating a website with Angie with kind of vibe coding. So we're going to generate a design system from style reference, a screenshot. Then we're going to create a full page in one prompt. We're going to keep adding some more layouts and sections like a loop, a form. We're also going to ask Angie to create some product listings for us. And then we're also going to iterate manually. So everything Angie creates, it's like customizable and editable content in the Elementor editor. So just like you're used to building so far with widgets and elements, everything Angie creates is exactly that.
Yeah, it's a continuation of the approach of hybrid web building with us, the humans in the loop, and AI assisting and augmenting us.
Yeah.
And you'll see that in this, but maybe we should also introduce Angie.
Let's do that.
Because, just in case some of you aren't clear on what Angie is. So Angie is agentic AI for WordPress and Elementor. It lives alongside your WordPress admin in a chat, and you can chat with Angie and have it do all sorts of things for your site. It can build custom widgets and, do different actions across your site. It has super admin mode, which allows you to go even more in depth in working on your site. It's a free plugin in the WordPress repo, which is freely available. You can go and download it right now. Just search for Angie. And it does have a daily limit, but you can do quite a lot in the free daily limits that it has.
Yeah, and actually very exciting. We launched, I think, Angie officially just a couple of months ago, and we recently got 100,000 active installs, which is amazing. And it's really, really inspiring to see what people are creating with Angie. Like, I think Angie can really unlock things that weren't possible so far, or things that took just a lot of manual work. Now you can just ask Angie to do it, and fun.
I think that's one of the reasons we've reached 100,000 active installs, because it allows people to actually build what they've always had in their mind. Their creativity has wanted to, let's say, launch and build these things, but they were limited in the capabilities. But Angie gives them the capabilities, and we see that our users are building such interesting and creative things.
We were speaking when we were in WordCamp. We were speaking to a creator, and he told us that he has this a dark drawer with all these like ideas that he could never get to, and now he can do that with Angie.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's very exciting. And now you can build pages with Angie in Elementor the way that many of you have wanted. So
let's start.
Yeah, let's see what you can do.
Okay. So I'm in the Elementor editor right now. We can see Angie. The entry point is here from the editor top bar. So I just click to open Angie. And actually, the first thing I want to start with is creating font and color variables. This is a very manual task. I need to do one by one, define all your global tokens. Now I can just ask Angie to do it. In this case, I'm actually going to attach a style reference. So you can actually look at it here. This is like a pretty short page that one of our designers made, just like some inspiration for what we want this brand to look like. And I'm attaching it to Angie, just asking create color and font variables based on this reference. And let's see what happens.
This is a good example of something that you probably have the technical capabilities to do, but it's just annoying and time-consuming and manual.
Yeah.
And this is a place where there's no reason for you to do this manual work when AI can do it for you very quickly.
Yeah, and you have time to do other things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what's fun about AI.
Where you bring the real value. It is what's fun.
Exactly.
Removing the annoying, time-consuming things.
Yes, exactly.
Letting you focus on the fun things.
So we can see actually Angie is giving us her to-do list. Okay, quickly, she's already done. She's wrapping up. She'll now tell me probably what color variables and font variables were created. Okay, so we can see 3 color variables, dark brown, red, and beige, and 2 fonts. Okay. If it's also fonts that are not available in Google Fonts, Angie will also tell me that, and she can suggest some alternatives. So let's look. I'm going to go to the Design System Manager. So as we can see, exactly what Angie described is here. And we have our very basic kind of tokens, and we're ready for creating our website. Yeah.
Right.
So I already have a prompt that I kind of pasted here. So I'm asking Angie to build a landing page for the Product Gains Summer Collection. It's what we saw in our style reference, describing in 1 sentence what my brand is. And I'm telling Angie, use my existing color and font variables. So you can go crazy with your prompts. You can ask ChatGPT or Gemini to craft these amazing prompts for you. But I intentionally want to show really, really simple use cases here. And Angie can already do so much just with the little information I gave her.
I think that sometimes work does call for in-depth prompts, but sometimes it's a good idea to give AI the opportunity to suggest directions. Often when I'm working with AI, and I think we all see this, I'll tell it more or less the direction I want to go in, and it will bring some really interesting, good ideas to the table.
Maybe things you didn't think of.
Yeah.
Right?
So there is an advantage to giving a very clear direction when you know what that is, but it's also, there's an advantage to leaving it open to get more ideas and kind of expand the possibilities of what you were even thinking about.
It's interesting also to test like kind of both approaches, because sometimes if you keep the prompt more open and shorter, maybe you'll find some ideas that you didn't think of before, and maybe they're really great for what you're building.
Right, exactly. AI can really surprise you with good ideas, but also AI can unpleasantly surprise you with bad ideas. And so in certain cases, you do want to be very prescriptive.
Yes.
So you just like figure out the context that you're working in.
So you can see that the first thing Angie is doing, searching for images to add to the page. And now it's going to start creating section by section. As you can see, it's kind of streaming on the canvas, so we can see every section one after the other. Okay, so here's our hero image. As you can see, it's imitating the reference pretty well in terms of like this bold primary heading and like this little handwritten text here. Okay, so hero section is created. Now it's creating the featured collection section.
But it's cool to already see that it took the visual language and direction
really
well.
And really, we just gave it like a pretty simple style reference. It created some variables, and we told it that it's cool, modern, contemporary fashion. We didn't give it too much context, and this is already what it created. So it's really cool.
And
really
you could
fun.
do this even if you don't have like a prepared kind of mock-up like we did. You can reference something else on your site, or if you have like any brochures or any graphic material, you can upload that and use it to reference the design language.
Yeah. So here's like kind of product section. We're also going to try to create a new one after this with dynamic content.
Very cool.
This is actually, we were preparing for this webinar, and I think I tested this flow with the same prompts 3 times, and it's actually really cool to see that every time I get a different result.
Yeah.
But it's all kind of in the same visual language. It's pretty consistent. It follows the reference I gave, but every time I get something a bit different, which is fun, because you can test different versions.
And you could, I guess, take the different versions and take what you like from them and use them to build out the page. Exactly. Like show Angie, I like this section. Yeah. I like the way you did it this way.
Yeah.
And bring it together.
Yeah.
It's looking very nice and clean.
Yes, indeed. So here we have another section for the brand story. So Angie came up with all these sections by itself. I didn't tell Angie which sections to build. I could give it a prompt with the breakdown of my sections and even the copy, the text that I want, which images. But here I made it very simple, and it looks great.
Really good.
I love this bold. Yeah, the images are really good.
Yeah.
Really good. We made some improvements to this recently. Really nice. like this one. I really like the bold kind of footer.
Yeah.
Okay. So we could go ahead and add more sections now. We can go in and edit it. As I said, everything is a native Elementor widget or element. So I click this heading, I could change anything, right? Same for the button. It's Elementor pages just like you know them.
That's great. So
Yes.
it's build with AI, get the hard parts, the big rock out of the way, and then you can tweak it.
Yeah.
You can tweak the content, you can tweak the images, whatever you want, just within Elementor, which you're comfortable with.
So our full page is basically complete, but
Cool.
now we can keep adding more things. So Angie can also create now more complex atomic layouts, V4 elements, like a loop item, so with dynamic content, and with end forms as well. So I want us to test these two. Angie already created this kind of like
Like a mock-up
of products, but I want to create real dynamic content in a loop. So first thing I need is product listings, right? I have WooCommerce installed, but if we go here, we'll see that I have no products. Okay, my products are empty.
It's like a static mock-up. It's not actually pulling from products.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So if I had products, it probably would. Right. But now I want to set this up. So I'm going to ask Angie just to create some random product listings. It might take some time, so it needs to go in and add all these 6 separate, basically, products. Let's see.
So you could also, if you have like an Excel sheet of products,
yeah,
you can upload it. Probably it's best as a CSV, but it probably would work with Excel as well. And then tell Angie to create the products and move from that.
Yeah.
So this page that it built, did it build it in with atomic elements?
Yes. So the majority, probably not 100%, but typically Angie prioritizes atomic elements, V4 elements, once you're on the updated version and you have atomic installed. So for example, we can actually just see it from the structure. Everything I'm looking at now are atomic elements.
Nice.
There's still some atomic elements that are missing. So Angie would use older ones, but currently from what I'm looking at now in this build, everything is atomic, even the divider. Yeah.
So
everything.
If a site is updated and has V4 or atomic elements activated,
yes,
Angie will build with atomic elements.
Yes, unless you tell Angie otherwise.
Right.
You can, if you want something specific, just describe it to Angie. Tell Angie, use classic V3 widgets, use atomic elements. It'll be able to understand your intentions. Okay, so we see that Angie created 6 project listings. Let's go ahead and check. So again, I'll go to my products. Here we see.
Nice.
Yes. So I have my 6 products, but I want, of course, to have some images to go with them, right?
Yes.
So I'm actually going to open Angie here in the WordPress admin. So Angie works inside the Elementor editor. It also works in your WordPress admin, anywhere basically in your WordPress environment. And I'm going to go ahead and ask Angie to do it here. So she has more context to where I'm working, right?
You can see that Angie's context aware. You see it says products there. So
yes,
when you're in a certain area of WP admin, you will see in the Angie chat box, it tells you where it is. And even if you're, let's say, in a list of posts and you select a particular post, that post will appear there. So you can be very specific about where you're directing Angie. Angie is very smart and can generally figure out where to go, but sometimes to get better results, it's good to focus where you are and show Angie where you're working, and then you can sometimes get better results.
Absolutely. Yes.
So go Angie, find good images.
This is a task that generally takes some more time. She has to go and find each image and then put it in the product. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I asked Angie to add images. Something didn't seem to work, and Angie's suggesting let's upload them to the media library first and then link them. Let's just click go ahead and upload them. Let's see what happens. So generally, sometimes Angie won't be able to complete a task, but it will then suggest a solution, right, to kind of override the error that she encountered. So let's see. Let's hopefully this will work. Okay, we're getting a lot of check marks. Updated products with updated media IDs.
Works. Angie.
Yay. Okay, done. So now we have 6 kind of dummy product sets. So we have the image, the name, SKU, price, category, everything. I'll go back to my site, and now I'm going to ask Angie, create a product loop. Yeah, create a product loop.
Yeah.
That should be simple enough.
Yep.
Okay, so it'll add it to the bottom of the page. It's thinking, it's fetching some resources, and now it'll give the to-do list, which should be pretty short. Let's see. And this is going to be generated in the Atomic Pro loop. So it's for Elementor Pro users. Angie is free, but if you're asking Angie to generate a Pro feature, then you need to have Elementor Pro.
Right. And at the moment, Angie can generate 2 Pro widgets, right? The loop and forms.
Yes.
But many more are coming. So
Yes.
stay tuned for that.
And also loops and forms, you can create it as one-off layout, so separate from the full page creation. But yeah, we're working like as we speak on adding more and more Pro widgets. Okay, so we have the to-do, one task, build a product loop for streetwear. Okay.
That sounds like it's the right thing to do.
Yes, that's what we asked.
Good directions.
It's a four-word prompt, create a product loop.
I mean, it is pretty straightforward. You have products, and you should know about that.
Yeah.
And it should know what a loop is.
Exactly.
Put it all together.
There we go. So it's already kind of loading. So it has this like placeholder, and now it's going to load. Exactly. That's exactly what we wanted. So it's wrapping up. Let me close this because now I want to kind of go a bit into manual editing. So Angie already created like this kind of static loop, fake kind of loop here. And I want to replace it with the one we just built. So I'll go ahead and just drag it here. See that worked. Now a bit up. There we go. And I'll just remove this one for now. There we go.
Nice.
And I'm actually going to go ahead and change the background color to our brand primary. Looks much better. So now we have a dynamic loop. I can, of course, change the number of products. So let's just do 4 for now. It will look a bit better. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
There we go. Exactly.
So you get the fine-tuned manual control instead of, sometimes it's hard to point AI in the right exact direction, but this takes 2 seconds. So why not do it manually?
Yeah.
And it's very, very specific control.
Yeah.
It was great. It looks great.
Yeah. I think the last thing we're kind of missing is a bit of lead generation. So I want to add a contact form.
Yeah.
And I'll ask Angie. Again, very simple. I'll just tell her, add a contact form section. There we go.
And this will also be a Pro widget, right?
Yes.
Because forms are Pro.
Pro Atomic widgets. Exactly.
Nice.
So I could also describe exactly what fields I want. I want a multi-column layout, or I want nested media, whatever. But here I just want to see what Angie comes up.
Right. Like based on the context,
which will be probably a pretty simple form, like the basic kind of widget fields. Let's see. Okay, so there we go. We can already see the form. Angie is wrapping up.
It's styled really nicely.
Yeah. It used the same styling as the whole page. So from my end, our page is complete. Of course, like we said before, we can go in and we can manually tweak everything, right?
Yeah.
Let's say just for the sake of kind of showing, I want a bit of a larger font here. There we go.
Nice.
I did that, right?
You could change it from saying send message to contact us.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
yeah. Oh, contact us. Yeah.
And you can, control everything just like you are used
just
to.
like you're used to. You're always in control. You can iterate freely. Angie is just here to help, to make things faster and easier.
Wow. Very cool. Let's look at the whole page now from
Yes.
top to bottom.
Let's do it. And it's actually amazing that this was all done with Angie. Like,
Yeah. And with like pretty bare bones prompts.
yeah.
Yeah.
we intentionally kept it really simple, right? The
Right.
images are also really nice. I feel like
Yeah.
it really like understood the vibe of this brand.
Totally. And the call to action, which you would want, and you're good to go.
Yeah,
Amazing.
basically good to go.
So we hope that you are inspired by this. This is just one example of infinite examples of things that you can build with Angie now
Yeah.
in terms of building out your pages.
Yeah, and this feature just went out, so we are really curious to see what you create, right? So we're inviting you, like,
Yeah.
go ahead and try it, go crazy, share what you did, whether it's on the Elementor community, whether it's on our social channels.
Yeah.
Um,
Tag us.
Yeah, like always, you know, we're learning from seeing what you create as well. We want to hear your feedback to improve this feature, and this is just the beginning. So maybe actually we can say a bit about what's coming next, right?
Right.
So we already mentioned that pro widgets are coming.
Yeah.
Right. We're also working in generally on optimizing the layout generation a bit. Editing, very important. Currently, when Angie generates a page for you, you can only edit it manually. Very soon, you'll be able to just ask Angie for edits. So she generated this section of the page. You can just ask Angie to change the content or change the style or whatever. We're also working on supporting custom Angie widgets as part of the full page build. So maybe you can tell a bit about like widget creation, and then.
So until now, a very strong part of Angie was the ability to create custom widgets. So anytime you would feel limited in terms of the widgets that are available, you could actually build out whatever you need. And people have been doing some really exciting and cool things with it. So soon you'll be able to integrate that into your page building. So if you have custom widgets that you've created and you want to put them in a section or whatever, and like just add them to the page, you'll be able to do that soon. So.
Yeah. And Angie is even going to be able to create theme parts for you as part of the prompting.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So this is very exciting. Elementor is about empowering web creators. And now with AI at your side, I think, you know, we're all even more empowered. So we hope that you find this tremendously useful. We want to hear about your experiences and see what you build. Also, if you encounter any issues, we also want to hear that.
Yes.
So please reach out and let us know, because we are constantly improving, tweaking, and iterating on Angie to make it the best AI product that it can be for you when you're working in WordPress and Elementor.
Absolutely.
So thank you for joining us. We're glad we could share this with you. And stay tuned for the next updates that are coming, and have fun.
Have fun. Bye.
Bye.